the biggest check that Murugi has ever gotten?
I've gotten a million bob check.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you're new here, my name is Michelle and my channel is all about beauty and lifestyle and vlogging. And I introduced a brand new segment on my channel, and it's basically about everything that you need to know about content creation. I reached out to one of my favorite content creators guys in this space, Murugi.
Hi.
So without further ado guys, let's get into this video. Okay, so Murugi, please introduce yourself to our audience, for anybody who doesn't know you, which is nobody, but just introduce yourself.
Actually, because sometimes as a content creator, you can think many people know you, but just because the middle class know you doesn't mean that everyone knows you. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Anyway, my name is Murugi Munyi. I'm a content creator, social media influencer. I'm a podcaster. I am an MC.
You're an MC?
Yeah, in my mind I am. I don't really do events that much anymore, but I want to get back into doing it. I'm a media personality, I guess I would say, and an all-round, I guess, entrepreneur, woman, wife, mother. I'm just Murugi.
You're the whole shebang.
Okay, that's just what I am.
The whole shebang. Looking good.
Thank you, babe.
Thank you so much.
I have had my makeup done by a makeup artist extraordinaire.
Okay, guys. I came and I was like, yeah, Mimi today, and I love like wearing all those outfits today. I'm the host. I'm the makeup artist. I don't know what else.
Exactly, but I love how my makeup turned out. She's legit. She's legit.
I'm legit, guys.
Aki.
Book me. Book me. So thank you so much for coming. One of the reasons why actually I wanted to really get you on here is because I've been following you for so long.
Really?
For so long. Really? Since you got dreadlocks.
Oh, wow.
Since you got and now look, we even have hair. We got inches.
Imagine.
We got inches.
We are barely making it select, but it's okay. It's okay.
But I've been following you for such a long time, and I love your content. And kitu yenye napenda about your content is that it's so relatable. Anybody can watch it, and we feel like we're right there with you. So, if you can tell us, how did you start content creation? Is it something you've always wanted to do? And just how did you find yourself in this space? I'm an interviewer. I'm serious.
Right? You are. Imagine, give her flowers. Is it something I always wanted to do? Definitely not. I feel like becoming an influencer is something which has only become cool like a few years ago. Yeah. I feel like I didn't come into this space intending to be a content creator. In fact, to me, it didn't even occur to me that that's something that people actually do for work.
Yeah.
I had studied international relations, and I was like a communications professional. I was doing marketing, and it's something like I had never thought about being online. So my work was purely in corporate. It was in I did some agency work, but mostly I was in corporate. But when I had my second born, Mukeni, I think by then you had started following me already. When I had my second born, Mukeni, I remember going online and I was like trying to search for people who are creating content that was relatable to what I was struggling with at the time. You know how being a new mom, well, it wasn't really new because I had my son, but it felt like I was experiencing newborn motherhood. Every time it's new. It's like, this is a whole new challenge. Oh my God. So I felt like I was going through a lot, and I felt lonely, and I felt like I was trying to connect with women online who are going through the same things as me.
Yeah.
And because I couldn't find that kind of content, I started creating that content. So it was actually more of like I was searching for a community of women who are like, are you guys also going through this? Are your kids also biting your nipples? Are your kids also refusing to eat? Are you also struggling with colic and what?
Yeah.
And I started posting just a lot about what I was going through in terms of motherhood specifically. That's why even my name was Yummy Mommy.
Yeah.
And the more I did that, the more I realized that, okay, so there are so many people who are following me. And they started saying, oh, please talk about this. Please talk about this also. I can relate to what you're going through. I can, I'm also experiencing the same. Please also address, I don't know, colleague or address where to get clothes for this, where to do this. And I realized the more people followed me, the more I was getting some kind of like popularity, the more that brands wanted to work with me. And I was like, hey, okay, so kuna pesa huku. So kuna pesa huku. And so that's how it became my career. Over some time, I realized that actually the more effort I put into content creation, the more I'm able to get out of it. So I decided to quit my job. Thankfully, my husband was supportive. He was like, okay, yeah, just try. I mean, worst case scenario, I won't sleep hungry because he has a job.
Yeah.
So I quit. I started putting in effort, and all I can say is that now it's been 3 years? 3
Wow.
3 years, I think, because it was 2018 that I started doing it full time. So end of 2018. So it's been 3 years of doing it full time, and it has only gotten better with time. That's what I can say. That's what I can say.
Like you're one of those stories, Zanye, like everything like just went the way it was supposed to go.
I guess so, but also it went the way it was supposed to go because I was working hard at it. It's not like it just happened.
It's not like
Because
you're just sleeping.
yeah, people, you look at a content creator, just like, ah, wow, your life is so nice. You just wake up and you just go and then you're just like, no. It's, by the way, it's not that it's not rocket science. It's not as hard as like being a doctor or something like that. But it does require effort. It does require consistency. It does require patience. It does require you doing thoughtful work. So it's not that it just happens. You have to actually put in effort and work at it for it to work for you.
Yeah. Oh wow, I love that. So you've mentioned something and I found it so interesting. So you started in 2018 and then 2019 COVID happened. Like how was that in terms of
COVID happened 2020.
Oh my gosh, what?
Yeah.
It's COVID-19.
Yeah, but it's technically.
What are you trying to make me
it's
look
true,
stupid? Girl.
COVID technically came in 2020.
Like the Kenyan space.
Yeah.
So how was that? Like, was it different in terms of the content creation space? How different did it look like from 2018 when you started?
Well, I would say that COVID made content creation better for me. I don't know how it is for other content creators, but for me personally, it was great because, and I realize that might sound a bit insensitive, but I mean everyone will just relate to it according to how I know some people lost their jobs, but for content creation, because a lot of brands who are advertising like on ground and who are doing like activations, they couldn't do that anymore because people were not going out. Now they needed to come digital. So I feel like a lot of brands who before that would not even have been on digital, now they had to come and advertise digitally. And so I found that actually my income increased. I found that I was getting a lot more campaigns and that campaigns were a lot more consistent because a lot of people were on their phones all the time during COVID and even after now. And it really forced people to now pay attention to influencers and realize, oh, influencer marketing works, content creation works. So for me, it's been fantastic. Like COVID, there was like a spike. Now it's kind of like plateaued. It's kind of just like, evened out. But I can't complain about, how COVID impacted the digital space because it was positive for me. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So let me ask you, what do your kids say mommy does? Job your mommy. If I ask Mutana or Mukeni, what would they say?
Mukeni, they don't know. They know shoots because they're always saying, Mommy, you're going for a shoot.
Yeah.
Mommy, you've come from a shoot. Or like when I come home and I have makeup, like now if I left, I didn't have makeup, then I come back, they're like, wow, Mom, you went to a shoot. So then they just know that I go for shoots. That's all. They just know that I go for shoots. My son, he knows that I'm popular because like his friends in school are always saying, oh, your mom this, your mom that, saying about how their parents are watching your content. So he just says, Mom, you're famous. Mom, you're famous. Every time we go somewhere and like people come and say hi to us, it's just like, oh, Mom, that's a fan. That's one of your fans. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's one of my fans.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, your mom is famous. Don't look at her just like this. She's famous, by the way.
I love that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, for your journey, what would you say to a younger Murugi when getting into content? Like maybe right now somebody, we are in 2022, has even trying to think
which year we are.
Which year?
It's because you just had a baby. You had a baby. Your whole concept of time changes. It just changes.
Everything is just happening. So to a younger Murugi or somebody who's looking to get into the content creation space right now, what would be some of the things that you would tell them to look out for? And even in terms of their content, what kind of content should they put up?
Oh God, there's so much that I've learned on this journey that I wish I could write them all down and just like, list them. But there are a few things that come to mind. First of all, people are always wondering like what kind of content sells. And like a lot of time you'll go online and people will tell you that you need to have a niche. You need to decide that this is the kind of content that you want to create. I personally just feel like anything that feels authentically you is the kind of content that you should create. And I always feel like as a creator, you can always tell when a piece of content is like outside of who you actually are and the one which feels organic. So for me, I'll never like, for example, work with brands or create content that I feel like I have to stretch myself. I have to try so hard to create it. It should be something which comes naturally to me. And this is what I'm always telling people is that for me, I never feel like I'm actually working because for me it's just like my life is just, it's part of my life for me to create the content. I never feel like, oh my God, I have to think about it. It's just like I'll be at home and I don't know, my kids are doing something and I'll just be like, oh, let me take a picture or a video. And that's what is the content. The content kind of like creates itself for me. So I would say find something that comes naturally to you, that comes easiest to you, whether it's makeup or it's, I don't know, clothing or it's cooking, whatever it is that you find easy to do so that you don't feel like, oh my God, it's work. I have to get up and do work. I feel like you, when you wake up to beat your face, you don't feel like,
I'm like,
you're just like, yeah, exactly. And you feel so nice when you beat the face and you walk, and like you don't feel like, oh my God, I am really struggling, The next most important thing, actually the most important thing when it comes to content creation, if you want to grow and if you want to make it is consistency. That is the number one thing that I can tell someone. It doesn't matter how clear your videos are, how amazing your sound is, how great your lights are. If you're giving us a video once every 5 months,
nobody will even remember who you are.
One thing that I realized on Instagram, not even Instagram, generally just in social media, is that content value always beats production value.
Say that again.
Content value will always beat production value. Wow. If you have to choose between one, obviously it's best if you have both. Like you have both content and production value. Hello. But if you have to choose one, content value is great. There are so many content creators and even like just celebrities who have made it from using an Oppo or a Phoenix, even or just an iPhone, your basic iPhone, you just have that and that's what you use and you create the video and guys are like, wow. Because if you make me laugh, if I've learned something from you, if you encourage me, if you inspire me, I'm gonna come back and watch. I won't remember that, oh, by the way, the lights were not so bright or whatever. It's just the content value is the most important thing. And being consistent, like I can't stress that one enough. Like consistency is everything when it comes to growing on social media as a content creator, because it's like you're in a relationship with someone and they only message you once every 3 months. How are we dating? How are we dating? Please. And you're messaging me once every 3 months. Like, please, no. People, for you to actually be able to influence your audience, they need to trust you. How would you build trust? By constantly communicating with them, showing up, being vulnerable, if that, you know what your content calls for them seeing that. And when I look at my content, I'm seeing Mitch as a person. I'm not just seeing, I mean, it could be anyone. Anybody can apply gloss, you know, anybody can do a winged liner. But like hearing you say, oh my gosh, you know, sometimes I struggle with this or whatever, seeing you be a mom, seeing you, I don't know, trying out different things and, you know, like your journey with fashion or your body or whatever, that's what makes you relatable. So consistency, relatability, and just like authenticity, just be yourself. People can always tell when you're pretending. I always feel like people can always tell when you're pretending. It's always,
So you mentioned something like really, really important about being authentic and just being consistent. And this is something that sometimes I struggle with. How much is too much? Do you sometimes feel like, especially in the content creation space, kuna that level of that one, I'd rather not share this or I'd rather not share that. Like, how do you tell that, okay, I'm comfortable sharing this with the world and this one I'm not comfortable? Because also I'm the kind of space that you and I are in. Utakuwa tu umelala, you're minding your business, kesho unasikia compassion, you're like, I didn't do nothing.
Me, every other week I'm divorced my husband. Last week we are divorced. Next week someone is cheating. The next week I don't know what has happened to our kids. The next week you've been spotted where it's such a headache. By the way, it's just a lot. Me, what I've realized is that share what you're comfortable sharing. And I feel like that limit is different for different people.
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot of things that I share that other people find oversharing. There's other things that other people share that I find oversharing. But I feel like there's no limit. Me, I always just go with my gut. Like usually when I'm sharing something and I feel like, do I really want to share this? Then I won't share it. Or if my husband says, okay, that one I don't want to share, because sometimes he'll come and he'll tell me, that one, I don't want. I want that to be a private family moment. And I'll be like, okay, fine, I won't share it. But I feel like that limit is different for everyone. And I personally wish that people would just allow people to share whatever it is that they want to share. When someone comes to my page and starts telling me I'm oversharing, I'm like, then why are you here, babe?
Yeah.
Why are you here? Babe. Why are you here? Go follow somebody else, I'm just like, I mean, it means just really frustrating, because for you to say I'm oversharing, it means that this is the limit.
This is the limit of what you're supposed to share.
Or all content creators in Kenya, and if you go above this, that is too much.
Please.
I personally don't. May just go with my gut. I just go with how I feel. A lot of the content that I create and even the way that I create my content, the things that I share, the things that I don't share, it's just how I feel. It's just how I feel. And I feel like that feeling is different for everyone. So I would say, trust your gut, trust your instincts. Whatever is telling you, maybe that's not a good idea, don't do it. I feel like, okay, because either way people are going to judge. Either way people are going to talk. If someone will come to your page and be like, are you sure that eyeshadow by there it's so bright? You know, women, you shouldn't really be doing this kind of, but okay, that's hair, but you know, exactly. It doesn't matter. Even if you now have no face, it's like, I thought you were a makeup artist. Couldn't you just do makeup? The next day, I thought there will always be someone having a comment about everything. So, you know, might as well give them something to judge. That's what I was saying.
So, in 3 words, how would you describe the kind of content you put out?
Jeez. In 3 words.
Oh, you thought I was going to make this easy.
Wow. You're going to put your homework. I would say it's all centered around, 3 words. Womanhood.
You embody that.
Yeah, womanhood. I would say womanhood. I would say vulnerability. And I would say honesty. those are the three things that I think center me. Whenever anything that I share, I would say generally it's about womanhood, because everything that I share is about my experiences as an urban woman, mother living in the 21st century in Kenya, in Nairobi.
Yeah.
So everything that I share is just about it, what I'm doing, where I'm going, the challenges I'm facing, how my marriage is going, how it is parenting my kids. It's all about me being a woman, from hair, beauty, sexual health, whatever. It's very important for me to be vulnerable, because one thing I've realized on social media is that when I'm vulnerable, it allows other people to be vulnerable with me.
Yes.
And so I never want to go online and someone to come and feel like when they come on my page, I portray this definition of perfection or beauty, because then I'll just be making her feel worse about herself.
Sure.
I want her to know that even me, I'm struggling with the way, even me, I'm having issues, even me, my kids are behaving badly, even me, I'm having a fight with my husband. Like these things happen, it's all part of life.
Yeah.
And then honesty is one thing that just really grounds me. I feel like even when I'm working with brands, it's really important for me to be able to say the truth about anything. If I can't say the truth about something, I won't even talk about it at all. But truth and honesty,
it's so important.
Yeah, it's absolutely important to me. Absolutely.
I found myself also like sometimes asking, like, for example, if a company would send me a product to review, so I would ask them, are you okay with me sharing my honest opinion? Because sometimes, maybe if it's a sponsored one, if they're paying you, they're like, no.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Exactly. Sometimes brands will tell you that, oh, yeah. Because when it's a product, I will always ask like at least 2 weeks in advance or 3 weeks, even a month if it's possible. Give me so I can test it, and then I'm able to see like, is it something that I like? Is it something that I would actually use? Because me, I will only promote things that I myself would actually use, that I would spend my own money to buy. Why am I asking someone else to spend their money and me, I wouldn't spend my money on that product? Yeah. So it's important to always have that conversation with brands. Some of them.
Okay, talking about brands, by the way, and such we get into the deep waters. So let's call her Mary. Mary is a new content creator, just got into this space. She's trying to attract the big brands. How does she go about it? I'm trying to look.
That's the first problem. The first problem is creating content so that you attract brands. I feel like when I first started, because I had not even thought about this as an income source, I wasn't creating content to attract brands. I was creating content to bring value to people.
You're just doing you.
Yeah, exactly, because people will follow you because you're bringing value to them. And they will, you recommend for me, the last time you recommended an eyeshadow, I bought it, I liked it. Next time you're recommending a gloss, I'll also go and buy it because you said, oh, this gloss is nice. When I need a gloss, I'll be like, oh, by the way, Mitch had said we should buy this gloss.
Yeah.
Create content to provide value to the people who are following you. Or just create the content because you like to create the content.
Yeah.
The brands automatically come when you do that. If you create content with brands in mind, then you've lost the plot. You've lost the plot, because you'll realize over time that brands will naturally be attracted to people who are creating authentic content for the people who are following them already. In fact, at the beginning of my journey, I never sent out proposals. I'm reaching out to people. I realized that actually a lot of the times they will just find you. They will find you. Sometimes though, what I would do is that I would tag them. So for example, let's say to me watch, I will tag the brand and be like, oh, by the way, I have this watch, I got it from whatever, even if I've spent my own money on it. Or, oh, look, I'm using Nivea, or look, this lip gloss is for, I don't know, wherever, those of colors, whatever. And then when I tag them and they see that, oh, by the way, when she tags us, we got an influx of followers or a number of people were inquiring or whatever, then now they know you're there and they're like, oh, okay, maybe we want to work with you. So you could try tagging them, but primarily you should focus your content on providing value for the followers who you
already have.
Focus there, and the brands will come.
Okay, I like that. So I want to twist it a little bit. So from the perspective of the content creator. So now when we're looking at the perspective of the brands, what should brands look out for? Because sometimes, and I've gotten this, and I think you've also gotten the same thing.
Yeah.
For example, a brand would reach out to you, and what they're selling
papers.
And and you see, like, for example, for me, primarily my audience is women between 18 and 35.
Yeah.
So if the product or the service that you're pushing is not for my demographic, it doesn't do well, and they're like, it didn't do well. What would you tell brands before they approach an influencer? And what's even the steps to, like, maybe I want to approach Murugi.
Yeah.
I feel like she's right for our brand. How do we go about it?
So I would say that, first of all, I'm always telling people, small businesses and big brands are like that. They are the three things that are a necessary component for a campaign to be able to work well, or for you to be able to actually make money from placing, let's say, an ad in an influencer's platform is product or the service. The product or the service you're selling has to be good. It has to be something that people actually want to buy. If you have a shit shea butter, no matter how much, even if Beyonce posts you, no one is going to buy it because it's a bad product. So first, the product has to be good. It has to be something people are interested in. Secondly, the promotion has to be good. So the content that I create based on that product has to be good. So that it has to be like a good ad, or it has to be like good, authentic content that I'm actually creating. And thirdly is the placement. As you said, if your target audience is men, you're selling a Ndevu product and you're coming to my platform, and my platform is 90% women.
How is it gonna work?
Because if you're talking, yes, you're saying good things, but you're talking to the wrong people. So now that's not going to work. So as long as you have those three things, it's definitely going to work. I feel like right now our market, I feel like it's not developed enough for us to even be able to tell brands that this is how you should reach out to content creators, because really it's very varied. There's like, in our market, there's like maybe the Joy Candies, the Sharon Mundias, who started a long time ago, who are like established. Then the people who are like maybe micro influencers, who have like maybe 10K followers, 15K followers, who are willing to trade cookies for content, and who are willing to like take anything. And you see, because of that, there's no like standardization. There's nobody. In some other countries, by the way, there's like Influencers Association of Kenya.
Imagine.
By the way, we should start one.
Yeah, you should. I will follow you.
You will join.
I will join.
So that we can have some kind of standardized, even like rates, and say that this is the minimum you should be paying a content creator, whether it's 10K, 20K. Because sometimes you'll see like new content creators coming into the market and they're literally charging nothing. And the thing with being a content creator, a brand will always approach you, making you feel like they are doing you a favor by working with you. Like, wow, I'm giving you this foundation, Mitch. You should be grateful. And you're like, but I have foundations that
what do you mean?
And I can afford to buy my own foundation. It's not, but to a smaller creator who maybe she can't afford, she's trying to be a makeup artist and she can't afford the foundation, she'll be like, oh yeah, fine, I'll take that foundation, I'll create 5 reels and 28 stories and whatever. Okay, I usually feel bad. Because like these people are taking advantage. They are taking advantage and you don't even know, But everyone has that trajectory. But if I could go back to Murugi of Uko Kitambo, I would tell her, please, these people are taking advantage of you. Because even me, there were times when I would accept product and give people way more value because you don't even realize how much value you're giving. Imagine they pay you a foundation worth 3K. You post, 20 people go and buy. Already they have made 60,000 and you are only given foundation. Only. When you think about it that way is when you realize how much value you actually have. Because what we are selling on social media is attention. You have people's attention. When you post, people are attentive and they look at what you have posted. And that is so valuable. Brands are looking for that. It's so valuable. So first of all, brands need to stop disrespecting content creators and influencers. Please. I think we have more than proven that influencer marketing works.
It works.
And
it's the highest thing right now.
Girl, and if they are placing it at the right place, which is like a demographic, as you said, which crosses over with the demographic they want, plus it is, a product that is good, plus your ad is good. There's no reason why this person shouldn't be making money, but don't come and pay me in products. Unless it's something that I actually want and I would have bought with my own money. But true. Even then,
you really have to look at value. I think I was even talking about it with somebody a while back, like as an upcoming content creator. Let's say I'm looking to build my kit, and then you tell me, okay, I'll send you XYZ in exchange for the... At the time, it seems like, by the way, I'm also getting value. So you also have to gauge what kind of value are you getting from them.
But you see, now the value should not be over and above. It's like if it's 3K and it's a foundation, I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll take it, but I'll do for you only stories. I'm not going to now start saying I'm going to do for you 28 reels. Kind of thing. It's like it has to be commensurate to their value. The value you're giving me is the same value.
Commensurate. I like
that. Actually,
better respect.
I'm educated.
I like that. Okay, so now that we're talking about brands and partnerships and all that, is content creation a sustainable?
Yes.
Also, yes.
The answer is yes. It is. If it's something which you put in, it's like one of those things which you will get out as much as you are putting in. The reality is that not everybody has the talent, so to speak, for social media. Not everybody is able to express themselves in a way that other people appreciate. Although I personally feel like everybody has something to give. Everybody, no matter what kind of content, if there are people who even come and maybe the only thing they post on their page is eggs. I literally came across a page where it had like how many millions of followers, and the only thing this person posts is eggs. Different kinds of ways to make eggs. different kind of like things they put in the eggs. Do you what? Other time it's poached, then in milk, then somebody has that. Like literally, that is, and that person has just discovered that's what they like, and that's what they're posting. And somehow, I feel like the audience who will like the kind of content you create, they'll just find you. Yeah. They'll just gravitate towards you as long as you're consistent with the content that you're creating. I personally, my lifestyle right now is supported and everything is content creation. Powered by content creation. Oh, girl. Put it down there. Powered by content. Well done. So now, Jen, if you're watching this, you can sponsor me. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Yeah, but yeah, you see, I for the past 3 years, I have lived off of content creation. Wow. I mean, of course, there's my husband. Thank you, babe. I love you so much. But my lifestyle and everything that I buy myself, the trips, my hair, my everything is actually all based on content creation. I make good money on content creation. You can. The other day, see Asia's rate card leak. Jesus, people are charging over 100,000 for a post. I mean, so if you have 5 clients in a month, what are you getting? 500,000. People are making $1 million plus in a good month. Yeah. The money out here is good as long as you're putting in the effort to create good content. There's no reason why you shouldn't make a lot of money. But I will also say, sometimes you should not don't try to quit your job now that you have quit my job. I'm now starting.
Murugi said there's money in content.
By the time I quit my job, I was already making 6 figures. Wow. I was already making 6 figures on social media. And I was like, at least now I know that even if I quit, I have this as the baseline. Yeah. And it has only gone increasing. So I would not say that you now just quit and just start this. I would say start building it slowly by slowly. And when you see that you have some kind of momentum, then you quit your job and then now you can do it full time.
Okay. I love that. I like start slowly. And also another thing that I think is so important that you said, content creation is not for everybody.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. It's not everyone.
I feel like everybody usually feels like, YouTube pays, you can get me on Instagram, okay, let me do it. But is it really for you?
Is it really for you? That's why, I mean, anyone can do it as a side hustle, but can it be your main job? Try it. Maybe just try a few months and create whatever, try and find your footing, and once you see that it's gathering some kind of momentum, or at least you're earning some money from it,
and that you enjoy it, exactly. You need to enjoy it.
By the way, because this job, it's hard sometimes. It is hard. Sometimes when you're so mad, as in you have a video for a client to do today, but that time you've had a fight with your husband in the morning. Now jam, you're just not in the mood, you just want to stay in bed all day. But
the client does not care.
The client doesn't care. You need to come here and be like, hi guys, how you doing? Yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. But you just want to, you just want to kill someone. By the way, it happens. And then also, when you're online, people sometimes there's some kind of they are desensitized to you being a real person. So sometimes they'll come and they'll say anything to you. They'll be, as you are saying, you just find yourself on this website. Do you what people are talking about you as if do you guys realize I'm human? I'm a human being. I'm a mother of someone. I'm a wife of someone. I'm someone's daughter. Yeah. But sometimes you'll just be like, oh, this person is this. Some people will come and insult you and what. And for you to stay strong through all those things, it needs to be something that you actually love and enjoy doing. Yeah. Me, I personally, really, really love. I actually really enjoy being the sense of community I feel on my platform, like being able to feel like even if one woman is helped by what I posted today, that's enough for me, and I can go home and sleep soundly.
Oh wow! Like that. That's beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Even you, don't you feel nice knowing that you help women feel beautiful?
I do. It's so empowering. Really it's so empowering. Like having a purpose that is not just centered around you, but you can also help and impact other people. It's like wow.
You do even have haters. Unakuwa haters.
No, as in I love fake stories.
Right.
I'm just like wow. Many a times I've found myself on sites and stories. I'm like, and then what did I do?
I'm like, hey. Sometimes I'm looking at my phone, my husband, babe, guys.
Imagine.
Hey, oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's just weird.
Do you sometimes feel like, pinch yourself because of maybe something that you've shared that somebody has taken and warped and now it's become a whole different thing?
No.
I don't care, man.
And let me tell you, my husband is the one who keeps me grounded. He's grounded. He's always telling me, he's like, you can't control what someone else does or how someone else interprets what it is that you've said or you've done, because there'll always be people who are waiting to misunderstand you, waiting to misinterpret you. You can go and be like, oh guys, I feel so beautiful today. Then someone will be like, okay, so dark women were not beautiful.
So as we're ugly,
exactly. She just thinks she's better than everyone else. You literally, you are just minding your own business. And he's always like, you can only control your own intentions. You know you have pure intentions. You know that you're out here trying to do something good. You're not here to hurt anyone, or you're not having pride or arrogance or anything like that. And he's like, you can only control what you say and what you do.
How do you deal with haters' jokes? Because you know that those people when I think